Not a damn thing.
You were frozen for a bit. Hey, there we go. Hey, everybody, I'm Naga. You can find me just about anywhere. But good luck actually getting in contact with me anywhere except for Discord. You can find me under the moniker Nagatsu_Seiken. I have no idea what you even mean by that.
Red pill or blue pill?
The problem for me is that I cannot separate it in my head from the current meaning for red pilling. Yeah. All right.
You can find me predominantly. I hang out in the atheist community of Discord, the ACD. I also do a lot of volunteer work for the ACA, the Atheist Community of. I live in Florida. You can all groan now. However, I am not the legendary Florida man. So anyway, Hey, I have never thrown an alligator out window in a restaurant. Okay, I've never done that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, sure. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm nobody, and you can't find me. You can find me at the Solar Punk Hub, which is a public Discord server.
Ooh. I think it was, I don't know which Matrix movie it was. It might have been the second one, where the twins that were all white when everybody else is like,
Yeah.
their first appearance sort of was my red pill moment.
You know, I'm not actually super into the Matrix franchise. It's been a while since I even watched like the first movie. Um and I really couldn't say. Maybe.
Anyway, I don't know, just a dude I've found in weird corners of the internet.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I'm currently enjoying just being a faceless wonder here. Moment is first time that Neo entered bullet. That's his iconic. That's the first time that he entered the bullet time to dodge the bullets and all that. Yeah. Hmm.
Sounds great. Woohoo!
Honestly, I kind of think it's both. From her characterization, I'd say that she's at least trying to be helpful. But at the same time, she kind of gives away the fact that she is, in fact, a program and is, in fact, manipulating events when she tells Neo straight up, I didn't necessarily tell you the truth. I told you what you needed to hear.
I think
Well,
go ahead, Pyro. Go ahead, Pyro. Okay, I do. I'm running up on time. My piece here. I think the Oracle was given away even more when she was talking with the maker there. I forget the actor's name, who was the architect. Yeah, the architect created the Oracle to be an opposite of him, to throw,
Yeah, that too.
and so that's entirely possible because that's kind of what was indicated, that they were equal in ability in the program, but different in function. So there, I
Yeah.
think if the creator was the architect and he wanted somebody there to oppose him, life gets boring when you know everything, right? Hmm. Yeah, I think the Oracle served a purpose, and that's what at whatever level she was created. Yeah, well, the purpose I think it was to sow chaos, right? But it was also what really happened to me. The main thing that happened in the whole series for me was the guy who I can't remember his name, the guy who started taking over the Matrix. that he turned everybody into himself? Agent Smith. Agent Smith to me was the key. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna miss it. Yeah, but anyway, I think the Oracle had an awful behind the scenes somehow to deal with that anomaly as well. Though Neo's the one who caused it, but I don't think that was. Mm, mm, yeah, I think that's pretty good. Mm,
Mhm.
mm, mm.
Yeah.
I can't
Uh,
wait to listen in on it, but I have to take off here. So, and I hate to do it because this is fascinating.
it's all good.
Ah,
Mhm.
excellent, excellent. For now, I have to go, and looks like Cindy's here. So
Yep.
you have my replays. Great.
Uh,
See y'all later.
she posted in the chat that she can't talk just yet. But as yeah, but as it happens, right, gotcha. Yeah, no worries. Uh, and I, I had a thought that kind of expands on John's idea of the yeah, uh, the idea that the architect created the oracle. I think might not be as far fetched as you might think, for the simple reason that right, 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 fair enough. But we know that just like Neo isn't the first one, we also know, thanks to Resurrections especially, that the architect isn't the first architect. What if, yeah, so, right. So, what I'm thinking is, what if the Oracle is not necessarily something the architect wants, but is obliged to create by the source's command? honestly, in that analogy, I've actually never heard of God referred to as the creator of the ark. It's always Noah, and he did have orders. Right. Okay. So okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I got you now. Okay. Yep.
Well, first I'm gonna say I'm probably gonna head out because I get the feeling that I'm not gonna know what any of y'all are talking about for the majority of this. Um, but I will say one thing, and that it's that the Matrix has always been a queer narrative. It's essentially about being trans. Um,
Mhm. Yep.
okay,
Mhm.
right.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, well, where I was going with it was that the Matrix, at least in my very limited reading of it, um, is a metaphor for, the structures of society and the unexamined beliefs that we all hold that sort of like keep us down, both in terms of gender expression and also, just the general idea of being who we want to be. And so I think,
Yeah.
yes, and I think continuing that metaphor and so I remember that there was a very notable philosopher who hated the Matrix because he thought it was a misinterpretation of his own work. Even though, yeah, yeah, that's the guy. And, but, like, I talked to other. So, yeah, so the guy who wrote that book, he actually watched The Matrix and didn't like it because, he thought that the idea of escaping the Matrix and that was presented in the first movie was impossible, essentially, that there's always going to be another layer of signs and symbols. But then, it's kind of fucked up because then the other, like, 3 or 4 movies after that basically explored the exact same idea of, like, reinterpreting, taking liberatory narratives and processing them back into the machine to be used for oppression.
Mhm.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly agree. I wholeheartedly agree. Where I was to go back to the original question, the way I view a question like that is through the lens of this metaphor of, the gender binary and systems of control and all that. So I'm sort of more aligned on Naga's side, where it's like maybe it's both, because it can be like, if we live in a world where um we sell people anti-capitalism. We sell Guevara shirts, and people buy them. And people can participate in that system and think they're trying to help, that they're doing the right thing. And so maybe the Oracle is like that, in that she is trying to help Neo, but she's still part of this labyrinthine, Kafka-esque system of control that is inevitably marching us towards oppression.
Mhm. Jason.
All right, my name is Cindy. You can find me on Instagram at Miss Cindy VIP School of Music. I am on TikTok. I've been posting on more, and that's at CindyMom84. And I'm on the app Flip under Syntaxication. I'll probably write that spelling into the chat. Um, it's been really fun. Thank you. Love you too. Oh man, that's a hard one. Because I don't know. I kind of, when I think of that, I kind of honestly think Neo. I know he's like the main character, and that seems awkward. Yeah, well, because here's the thing: it can't be Trinity, because I feel like even though she's like a woman and she is strong, like there's still that I don't know. Oh, how do I put this? I just don't see myself being like, I know that you're the one because I'm in love with you. You know, like in her character. Yeah, yeah. And so it's like, love her. She's a great character, all that stuff. But it just doesn't. That I don't really like relate. Yeah, and so it's like, I honestly, it's like it's it's the whole kind of like deconstruction of his worldview. You know, like from the beginning, like finding out that he's in a matrix. Like I don't know, it's like and having to make that choice of whether to stay under a rock or know, like go know the truth. Like there, you know, like you said, there was kind of like some Christian narratives in there, but like it to me, it's almost like the deconstruction of my religious journey. Kind of like I kind of understand. Yes, my own escape from my religion. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of Latter-day Saints.
Mm,
She totally made him like bust out that vase. I mean, that was her fault. I'm just saying. Yeah. Mm. Mhm. Mm. That's a good question. Because you can still be manipulated without with emotion, right? Yeah. True. Yeah. Got it. Does the architect always tell the truth? Okay. Yeah. 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 So what was the question again? Because I understand everything. Yeah, it helps me too. Just colder. I think just colder because, like you said, he always does tell the truth. And although I think that the Oracle definitely, because she understands like human emotions and all that stuff, she obviously does have an objective and can. Yeah, he's telling everyone what they need to hear individually. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
I think I agree with Cindy. I agree with Cindy. He's just colder because, okay, the architect is telling the truth, but it's like, whose truth? It's the truth of the system, the way the system works, not the truth of, how it actually is. I mean, I subscribe to a philosophical idea called pragmatism, um, which is um, I'm referring to something more specific, actually. Uh, um, so I'm referring to pragmatism as practiced by notable philosophers like John Dewey. Not to be confused with the inventor of the Dewey Decimal System. They're two different people, even though they both worked in education. But basically, it's the idea that it doesn't really matter what's true, because the truth is changing, and it contradicts itself. What matters is what helps us solve problems, what helps us predict outcomes, what helps us live the lives that we want to lead. And that is especially, I mean, I'm gonna keep bringing it back to the trans thing because that's the most experience I have with it. Right. Yeah, it's that's fine. It's just that that's the closest frame of reference I have. But so I think that when you bring it back to the gender narrative, and when you consider the idea of pragmatism, it's like, you know, um, telling um, you you use the phrase telling Neo what he needs to hear. I think that's important because it's like the architect is describing how um, how this system of control works. And he isn't considering Neo's agency or what his desires are because it's a system of control. That's the whole point of it, is to not consider his agency. Um, but so what kind of truth is that doesn't allow for agency, for self-determination? And I think that's where where I think the Oracle is not being deceptive. She's just um she's just giving Neo an idea that's useful. It doesn't matter if it matches reality or not. It's what gets him forward. Which is, well, is it? Because you can compare it to, okay, biologically I'm a man. That's a quote unquote fact. Never mind the advanced biology that the conservatives don't get into. But like my reality is that I'm, X and Y something else. Um and so is um and yeah. So build build off of it. Yeah.
I'm
Um
excited to hear what
yeah,
you have to say later too.
yeah, but I mean, you take all of this with a grain of salt. It's been a hot minute since I've seen any of the movies. Um, so maybe some lore nerd is gonna come in here.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, to some Okay. Well,
Yeah.
so to summarize, I don't need to say everything I said again, especially since this is being recorded. But to summarize, I think the architect is just colder. He's telling the truth, but it's the truth of that describes a reality that Neo doesn't want to participate in. Not that I can think of. Where'd you get that summary? Yeah, I'm not sure I would trust those. I mean, in this case, it was accurate enough, but like I've seen that thing spit out some pretty ridiculous shit based off of like shit posts people make. Yeah, I mean, yeah, in this case, it worked. I'm just saying, don't overly rely on it in the future. Just for your own health. Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah. Right.
Yep. Yep.
Seen some of it, yeah. You know what's funny? I've known you since we were 5, and I actually didn't realize you had a stutter till we were adults. Yeah, because you talked about it. You pointed it out. Yeah, yeah. I didn't even notice when I was younger, but I would never have judged you any time. Yeah, that's pretty, pretty fast. We can be 35 again. That's fine. I said we can be 35 again. That's fine. But also, I I don't notice my sister's lisp, and I grew up with that girl since she was born. So yeah, yeah. And for me, that's just my sister, and I didn't notice. Or it's okay. AI Matrix.
Mhm.
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 Hmm.
Don't mind answering. So I would say it is again a case of both. Particularly in this instance, as this is kind of going a little bit down a rabbit hole of matrix theory, in that I'm not entirely convinced that Neo is the one. It's Smith. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, that's perfectly fair. But yeah, because
like I already said, the Oracle, from everything that we've seen and everything that's been indicated, is that, yeah, she is a program, but she does genuinely want to help Neo and humanity. But at the same time, she is a program, and everything that she does is for manipulation to get the results that are beneficial. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, to say anything more, I think would be kind of spoilers, if not for the Matrix, then for the rest of the show.
Just have it loose, have it dribble all the way down your shirt. It's fine. So, no, no, because if you don't
Try
pour it all the way, it's not going to hold all the liquid in. Be a little sour. Oh, I thought you were going to take the shirt off.
Yeah.
Ah, you can see it when you're up like that. I know. I know. It's magic. Yeah,
I have a suggestion.
believe it or not.
I have a suggestion.
Wow. I don't know. I think you have another cap somewhere, another bottle. You're fucking with the bottle. Oh, so many that's what she said. There's so many that's what she says going on. Hmm.
I have a suggestion. I
Like,
have a
the
suggestion.
things I saw, yeah. I was gonna say, I mean, I did see some pixie dust behind you, so there could be some magic going on. You know, I'm not convinced that there wasn't magic involved. I mean, I don't know. Hmm. That's what ends up happening when you screw something. It does come back sometimes. Hmm. Oh, yeah. I mean, that is preferable. Yeah, yeah. Important when you're yep.
Yeah. Uh, nah, he's just going to bed, I think. Sure.
Yeah. Ooh, you just have to drink it upside down. Just, you just have to drink it upside down, like. That's just shove it in your beard. Shove it in there. You're 80% Beardtanium. Oh, 40. Yes. I mean, it looked like it was about to explode. By the way, you're doing that for sure. Mhm. No, I think this is how it came. Mm, no. Although I did see it when you did this,
Mhm.
when you were like,
Mhm.
right down. Oh, oh, it's so good. Happy. I
Mhm.
think. I think the moral of the story.
Mhm.
I think the moral of the story, Dave, is that just because you screw something doesn't mean it's going to do what you want it to do.
Yeah, yeah.
I think they didn't care about that part. Yeah. That's a,
Yeah,
I think it's Oracle's fault personally. I think the person who would know is the architect, but we can't ask him because yes, see if he'll come for an interview to talk about how to screw the bottles.
yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely figure out how to tie that into my W advertising.
Well,
Oh, here, okay, here's the
yeah,
solution. Okay,
yeah.
okay, but here's the thing. You drink it, and then you turn it towards the camera and go, oh, it's so good. It like so good. It's worth licking the bottle for.
Well, here's what's going. Yeah, but here's what's happening with the W shaker. All right, W knew. Yeah, W knew that you mix your W with whiskey, so they figured that you'd need the reminder of drinking more than the audience. Dave's holding W hostage.
I had the fruit punch.
No, I think they were just
Or maybe
reminding.
they. Oh, no, you go.
Yeah,
Let's go back to the.
yeah. Totally. Let's get back to
mean,
the Matrix.
let's go back to me. Yeah, we did. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, absolutely, zero doubt. Because with the old architect, I mean, yeah, he was always, yeah, yeah, an annual, yeah, hmm and the analyst is controlling version 6, which is where we're at in Resurrections. And yeah, yeah, yeah. And right. And yeah, with versions, yeah,
Did the water bottle consent?
the in versions, yeah,
With its lid?
in yeah,
Sorry.
it's all right. In 3 through 5, the architect was
very cold, analytical, did things by the numbers, and numbers are inherently honest. There's no deception to them. But yeah, which is where right, which yeah, and like I was saying, he's by the numbers, and numbers don't lie. But his math was inherently flawed for lacking the ability to account for the chaotic human factor. And I think that is what makes the analyst, by contrast, so much more deadly and effective, is that he's got the same computational and analytical, logical abilities of the architect, but he also has the yeah, he also has the manipulative abilities of the oracle. Yeah, yeah. It's like it was trying to merge the two programs. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Mhm. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I'm also, I'm also, yeah, I'm also kind of wondering too if the Oracle's ability to understand humanity wasn't, if that didn't turn out being a flaw that the source did not anticipate. I'm guessing that, yeah. Mhm. Right. Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And that's kind of, yeah, that's kind of what I'm driving at with my questioning the whether or not there was a flaw in the program that is the Oracle. I'm wondering, yeah, well, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Which is kind of why I'm wondering if it failed to anticipate the Oracle developing something at least akin to what humans would describe as empathy. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Couldn't hear that, Cindy.
Oh, we can move on.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Mm-hmm. Yes, I have. Right. Yeah. I think in its own right, by itself, no. I can see it being as effective, but not more effective. It's the fact that the analyst combines the two. And I think, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think that that makes him significantly more dangerous to humanity than the architect ever. Yeah. Oh, no, go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, I also said that the analyst combines the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it has the logic aspect. Right. Oh yeah, yeah. But when I say one is not more dangerous than the other, what I mean is the cold calculating logic versus the emotional manipulation, not the character. Exactly, which was yeah, exactly, and
Mhm.
yeah,
Oh,
six, six easily. Yeah, because yeah,
oh, is it? Is it? Yeah, yeah. Maybe. No. No, it was destiny. Well, it's really trying to advertise to you specifically, and
yeah.
also, that's true.
Uh,
I think I see a
To be
string.
clear,
Can I? Yeah, I have one started. I just have to do voiceover and add some music. Yeah, make it up in your mouth. 8.
7.
That makes sense.
Seems like a good point. Go ahead.
Destiny for sure. I have to say though, I okay, but here's the thing. They obviously spent way more time on the product that goes in your mouth because that shit's good. I don't think they really care. Or they should have the W logo on both sides just in case. Because I honestly don't even think that they cared. I think they just cared that it screwed on and didn't leak, and then it had to like, you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. Like,
Hmm.
it's definitely not your will.
We were
I
talking about which one we thought was dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
No,
you're still there.
but
Hmm.
he did answer a little bit, right? I mean, yes, I do. No, maybe. Yeah, more like two. Um, yeah, I mean, I would not. I would not like to walk to your house. I prefer to drive.
Mhm.
That's true. That's true.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's lots of critters out. Yeah, and we would be tired as all get out. I mean, it'd be good exercise, but I mean that is super fair, and
Mhm.
I wouldn't be against it, but I just would be very sweaty at the end. No, I know you do not. I feel like you've heard it. Yeah, we're good.
Well, like I already said, as far as I'm concerned, the analyst is much more dangerous since the aspect of logic and the aspect of emotionality, I'd say, are about equal in terms of power. And you've got the architect in versions 3 through 5 as an antagonist, and the oracle as at least a kind of ally. Whereas with version 6, you've got the analyst who has both aspects and is very obviously an antagonist. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. 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 And yeah. Yeah. And I can definitely see the analyst lacking certain aspects, especially when you compare him to the Oracle and the Architect, especially the Oracle. The thing that I can see him lacking in an instant is that at least the facade of empathy. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. 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 I, I would like to make one interjection. I think that they did cover this in the lore of the movies in the first conversation. Yeah, 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 yeah. Version one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's definitely where. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's definitely where the bulk of the details lie. But the architect in his first conversation with Neo did mention in passing that version one was a paradise, and the Merovingian, I think, in the same movie, mentioned version two was a hell full of monsters and supernatural shit. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Finer. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. 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 Right. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. 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 Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please don't. I was making a joke. What?
What now?
Of course I know who that is. The one,
Mm-hmm.
the one that like I do know who
The,
he's on the lots of
the
stuff, right? Is he the one that like
the
loves
the
himself?
no,
No,
that's
no,
your
no. Oh, is it the one that
the
falls in love with his son? Is that the
Oedipus.
son that falls in love with his
Oedipus
mother?
is the Oedipus is the literal motherfucker.
Yes. Okay. See, I knew, but I couldn't remember exactly which one. Oh, yeah. Here you go.
Yeah.
Then he fucks his mom. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah.
Hmm.
Zero to hero. Yes, yes. Yeah. Not a big deal. Pink player. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like God. Mm. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it,
We will call it free. Yeah.
it wasn't tapes.
Oh no. It's the machines from the Matrix. They took over. Yes. Yes. And it says unstable internet. Oh, he's gone. Okay, he's coming back. There he is. Got it. Got it. Um, so basically he touched his mom. Yeah. He knows. You're talking to me. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Hmm. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Got
Yeah.
it. Yeah. 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 It's kind of like the opposite of Moses. Yes. It might be a whole different episode. Yeah. Was it called Motherfucker? Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. 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 Let's make him an actual motherfucker. Yeah. Yeah. And here's a queen. Yeah. Hmm. But yes. Yeah. Uh huh. Yeah. Oh, that's where the eyes come in. Yes. I knew you were referring to something, but I was just kind of like, yeah, don't actually gouge your eyes out. But after, he has some chat. Discord doesn't like him on stage for some reason. He also says, anyway, what I was trying to say before Discord started being fucky, Oedipus. Oedipus story took place. Oedipus story took place in Thebes. He knows things.
Let's see if this now. Okay, cool. Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, yes, I have not. Break screen. I think it just says, that's true. It's 1 minute later. Yeah.
Oh, there.
Is it just a picture? What? Hmm.
Right.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure that pixie dust is not on your water bottle.
Right.
All right.
Yep.
Oh my god. I wonder if he'll bring up the cup again. Oh, that's funny.
Interestingly, the live stream on YouTube is about 10 minutes behind.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got that running in the background for myself, just in case anybody pops into chat there.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
I'll keep forgetting we're on YouTube Live, too. That's awesome.
And Discord, for some reason, just had a spaz out moment where it really did not like me on stage, so.
Which is super rude of it. Which is super rude of it to do.
I know, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of turn into a whole, like, machine. Kind of like in the Matrix.
Yeah, I kind of figured it was coming through that way for me as well. The two of you, I couldn't make head or tails of anything that was being said.
That's the worst.
Yeah. But yeah. For context, the Madness of the Multiverse break screen just now popped up on the
Oh,
YouTube
wow.
feed. Yeah.
That's funny. Is it just a picture that comes up?
Kinda. It's got the background for Madness of the Multiverse, but it also has the W logo, the coupon code, the website, and the countdown timer.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, trying to visualize what it looks like so I can make one for this. I did start making an ad for that, for Debbie. Yeah.
There we go.
Oh shit. Hey, Mom. No bad dreams. There we go. You, I was just saying that you are good. Right.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh.
Nice. Yeah, I heard you talking about the book a little bit, trying to be nosy. Like, we could tell you were on the phone. I
I
mean,
didn't.
I could hear that you were talking. I couldn't hear every. But I only heard little bits and pieces. I was literally like, man, I wonder who. I knew you were talking about the book. I could hear the words publisher, and I could hear I could hear that you were talking about like your book, but it's like it was just like I got that from little context clues because I couldn't hear everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea. Wow, he's harassing. Not the Debbie.
Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Right. Yeah. Yeah. No worries. Yep. Yeah.
To clarify, he's white, right?
Like that's a defense.
I see where you're going. That's
Yeah,
that's that's insane.
yeah.
What?
Just the mental gymnastics involved. Yeah,
Seriously.
right.
He wasn't invited.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Yes, I think that the door needed to be closed, and you did that. So,
pretty much.
yeah, yeah, no,
Yeah.
no.
Mm,
Yeah, I mean, friends.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably have to go soon, but yes, we'll talk about Matrix when you get back. You may need to bring. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, if we can get Pyro back on, that would be cool.
Pretty much.
I know you're a sweet noggin.
It's true.
It is true. He's sweet. Hmm. Yeah.
Right. Mhm. Yeah. Right. Hmm. Night, everybody.
Good night.